Shavua Tov, a gute Woche. I want to tell story number 99 of the Shivchei of Shem Tov, the oldest gathering of Baal Shem Tov stories ever published, and the title of which is Tefillas Rabbi Nachman Beis Midrash shel Tevuos Shor, the Tefillah, the prayers of Rabbi Nachman of Kosovo in the Beis Midrash, in the Shul, the house of study of the author of the halachic work known as the Tevuos Shor. Says the author of the Shivchei of Shem Tov, Shamati, I heard this story that once Rabbi Nachman of Kosovo was passing by the holy community of Zalkva, bringing merchandise, and it was the time for the Shachris morning prayers. So he stopped with his cart in front of the Beis Midrash. He took his talis and his tefillin and went into the Beis Midrash. He put on the talis and rubbed the tefillin, and then he rose up to the teva, to the bima, and he began davening from there, began praying, directing the prayers. The mispalelim, the people who were praying there, the congregation, were very surprised, and they became quite upset about this. How dare a guest, without permission, go and start, davening from the teva, davening from, today we will say from the amut. Yet, when they heard the words coming out of his mouth, they were so sweet. The way he davened, it was so pleasant that as they heard him, they were in silence, even though they still felt uncomfortable. After the Kaddish the Rabbanan, he began saying the words Hodu before Baruch She'amar. This is something that happens in the Nusach Sfarat. That is the rite of Spain. Because the Jews, the Sephardi Jews, do Hodu before Baruch She'amar, and so do the Hasidim, the followers of the Baal Shem Tov. But the Nusach Ashkenaz, they do Baruch She'amar first, as is still done today by the Yekes, the German Jews and the Lithuanian Jews. So he was changing the order of the way things were done in the community. They were really upset. They were going to remove him from the teva, but they wanted to hear his words and the beauty of his prayer, and that didn't allow them to take action. But there was a shakla betaria, there was an ongoing discussion among people in the shul about what to do, and when Rabbi Nachman of Kosovo finished his tefillah, his prayers, they jump upon him and they ask him, how dare you go up to the table without permission? And not only that, how do you change the nusach tefillah, the way we've always done the rite of the prayers? Our parents, our grandparents, the giants of the Gedolim of Torah never changed it. How dare you do this? Rabbi Nachman said, who says that they are in Gan Eden today? Who says that their souls rose to the Garden of Eden? When they heard his answer, they were so upset. And yet, there was a man there who wrote a book called the Tafshin. In many editions of the Shivchei of Shem Tov, they're rated wrong, is the author of the Tevuos Shor, Rabbi Alexander Shor. By then he was an old man. He was the author of a great sefer, halachic work about the laws of shchita, and he was considered one of the Gedolim. So he had appointed a man who was going to be the Magid Mesharim after him. His name was Rav Zalman. And this Rav Zalman was one of the ones who had jumped like the hardest on Rav Nachman. So Rav Alexander Tevuos Shor came to Rav Zalman and said, leave the man alone. He is Tmim im Hashem. He is somebody who walks in rightness with Hashem. In other words, he knows what he's doing. And I don't need to say that in that shul, as long as there were prayers until World War II, for 250 years, they adopted Nusach Sfarad, and every morning they would say Hodu before Baruch She'amar. Not in the book, but I heard from someone who came from the community. I was going to give some explanations to this story, but in these moments, all I want to do is simply to ask everyone to pray, to say Tehillim, and to keep the best we can, to give light and share the best in the moments of difficulty and darkness. Smile, have a good Voch, a good Chodesh, Shavua Tov, Chodesh Tov, bring blessings to the world, and please keep coming for the Baal Shem Tov stories, keep contributing to my efforts to tell them and translate them, and spread them. All the best.